Hello guys, this is Bhatia from bhatiaphotography.com, Chandigarh, India. Today I will show you how to retouch portrait with the help of the frequency separation technique. So I have selected this image, this portrait, to apply this technique. First of all, I will export this image on the Photoshop. Open with Photoshop and I'll recompose this image vertically. Okay. Now I will duplicate this original layer twice by dragging on the new layers. We can also duplicate this layer by hitting the Ctrl J key. Now I will rename first layer as skin color and second layer as skin texture. I will turn off this layer, skin texture layer, and select the skin color layer. Now I will add Gaussian blur to this layer. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, about 5 to 7. So I will add about 6 pixels Gaussian blur. Okay. Now I will switch on the skin texture layer, select it, image, apply image. In this dialog box, I'll change the layer to skin color and subtract scale to offset 128. Now I'll change the blending mode to linear light. Create a group and I'll slip both the layers into this group. So now up to this point there is one test. If I switch off this layer group, there should be no difference in the face. It means your all the steps are correctly applied. Now what I'll do is apply the blur locally on the skin to smoothen the skin. There is unevenness on the skin tones and there are blemishes, there are spots, pimples. So first of all, I will edit the skin color layer. To do this, I will add the blur again. For this, I'll choose the lasso tool with feather 30%, 30 pixels. To apply the blur, I will select the similar small areas on the skin by just selecting that area. So I've selected this area and I'll add blur and Gaussian blur, say 10. Okay. Now I will go on selecting the different areas on the face and apply the blur. To apply the blur, I will use the shortcut Control F. If hit the Control F, the Gaussian blur will be added to 20 in the fraction of 10. Now I will select other areas of the skin. Take care not to go near the edges. Again I will add Control F, 10, 20, 30. I'll select this area. Keep on selecting small areas of the skin, similar areas, and add the blur. 20. Now I'll select this area on the cheek. Control F, 10, 20, 30. Now I'll select the nose like this. I'll avoid the nose pin, and in this way go on selecting the areas. In the under eye area, I'll again add the more blur to smoothen this area. I'll again sample it, select it, and Control F. Now I will add the blur to the forehead area. Control F, 20. Now remaining forehead area, Control F, 10, 20 pixels, 30. Okay, that will do. Also, this area under the eyebrows, I'll try to add the Gaussian blur, and this area also. Control D. So with this, the work of adding the blur locally on the skin color layer is complete. Now I will take up the skin texture layer. Now I will remove the spots, wrinkles, fine lines by selecting this layer, skin texture layer. To do this, I'll select healing brush tool. This work can be done with the spot healing brush tool, patch tool, and clone stamp tool. But my favorite tool is healing brush tool. What I will do, I will sample the adjoining area by hitting the Alt and click, and apply the textures on the spots. Make sure that aligned is checked and current layer is selected. Sample the clean areas and paint over the defective areas. First I will remove the spots, then here, etc. There are not too much spots on her face. Sample the adjoining clean area and go on applying the same. When editing the texture layer, only the effect is on texture. When editing the color layer, it affects only the colors and tones of the face. That is why this is a very beautiful technique. Editing is very easy. I'll go to this area now and zoom in, brush size, remove the spots, unwanted spots in the face. Be careful not to remove texture of the skin. There is a stray here, and I'll remove this by sampling the adjoining area and simply dragging on the hair, and here it is. Very easily this work can be done. Now I'll remove this hair, sample the adjoining area and go on applying to maintain the lines of the wrinkles. I'll remove this here now. Sampling the adjoining area. If you are not satisfied with the editing, simply go back by clicking Ctrl Alt Z. These I'll also remove this here. This here also. I have removed so many hairs, unwanted. While adding the blur to the skin, I will also take care of the neck area. I'll add blur to this area to smoothen this area too. Otherwise, this will look very odd. Control F twice, Control D. Now to do finishing further, I'll create a blank layer in between both the layers and rename it as smooth. I'll take the brush tool and I'll remove the unevenness in the skin or patches. I'll sample here, I'll take the color from here and flow about 10% and opacity of the brush is about 48%. I'll sample this area and paint on the lighter area to dark it. I will go on applying the colors on the area to be corrected. Sample the area, the color of which you want to apply on the patches. If you are not satisfied with your work, then just simply go back. I'll turn it off. You can see darken this area. Now the frequency separation technique has been applied on this image, and to see the difference between the original image and the retouched image, I'll turn off this group, and you can see the finishing done on the face. This is the original face and this is the retouched face. Here at this stage we have a chance to reduce the intensity of the retouching applied on the face. So I have selected the group 1 and I will reduce the opacity of this layer of this group, and if somewhere some technique has been applied over, we can reduce the intensity of the same. So this is 0 and this is 100%, 90%, 60%, 74%, 83%, 91%, 100%. I think I can reduce opacity up to 85% or 88% or 90%. 88%. Now to do further work on this layer, I will create a snapshot by hitting Ctrl Alt Shift E. This is the snapshot of all these layers, and I can work on this snapshot now onwards to do the fine tuning to this image. First of all, with the help of the clone tool, I will correct this and also with the help of the clone stamp tool, I will remove these hairs from the edges. As the other tools do not work on the edges of the image, like other tool I used healing brush and spot healing brush. In such cases I have to use the clone stamp tool. Now I will use the dodge and burn tool, dodge tool, to lighten the eye area. In option bar, I'll take the midtones and exposure 13% is okay. And I'll lighten the eye area of the eye, white areas, and this area. Now the burn tool. Burn tool shadow. I'll darken the eyebrows. And eyelashes. also the pupil of the eye. I'll create one more snapshot, and I want to correct the lifts by uplifting a bit. Filter, liquefy filter. I'll zoom in. Select this tool, forward wrap tool, and uplift this lifts a bit. Here it is. I'll zoom out with the Alt and zoom. I'll also correct this line. There is a curve. To straighten this line, again I'll select the same tool and bigger brush size and drag this outwards so that the lines come straight, and this to inside. I think it's now almost the straight line. That would look good. Dodge tool, I will lighten this under eye area. For this, I'll select the midtones and apply the dodge tool in this area. Opacity to 8%. Apply the dodge tool in the under eye area to remove the dark circle. I think it's now acceptable. I can use burn tool to even the skin tones further. I'll darken the light areas. Dodge tool. I will remove some unwanted hairs in the background by clone stamp tool. This is a low-key portrait, and dark tones are dominating in this portrait. So finally, I'll check the distribution of tones. This is a level adjustment layer. Alt, click, and I'm getting the pure height, and I'll click now here, and pure white to pure black. To color balance, I can reduce a bit of red color slightly, minus 2%. The work of retouching the portrait using the frequency separation technique is complete. Now I will save this image. Save as TIFF on desktop. I will also convert this image into black and white. So I'll make it a pure low-key portrait. The dark tones are dominating. So that was the frequency separation technique. Thanks for watching. This is Deep Bhatia from deepbhatiaphotography.com. If you like my tutorial, please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.